Hello, welcome back to the Car Secrets channel. Today we're going to discuss a technical service bulletin that addresses engine or transmission hesitation concerns on a 2016 and 2017 Lexus RX350. So let's take a look at this TSB and see what exactly the issue is. So what it talks about is vehicles exhibiting hesitation when you're accelerating. Usually you will feel this from a stop or when you're accelerating from low speed or sometimes even on the highway when you're going to pass somebody. And what you will feel is you step on the throttle, you expect the vehicle to go, but there's a delay. There's hesitation, it's being sluggish, it's lagging in acceleration. If you're feeling that, then maybe this technical service bulletin can fix that and address your concerns. So the way they would repair this is there is an updated calibration for the engine control module, which takes care of that issue and reprograms the engine computer to make the engine behave differently. You can see here the production change information. So that means that at one point, Lexus realized that they have this issue with the vehicle and they've implemented the countermeasure at that time. So for you to know whether this applies to your vehicle or not, first of all, check your vehicle model year. If your vehicle is a 2016 model, that means for sure that this service bulletin would be applicable. However, if it's 2017, that's the year that the countermeasure was implemented. So you need to look at the VIN number and see if your vehicle was manufactured before the countermeasure was implemented or after. So first of all, you would see if your vehicle was Japanese made, the VIN would start with JTJ, or if it's a Canadian made, the VIN would start with a 2T2. Then look at the drivetrain, whether it's all-wheel drive or two-wheel drive, and take a look and see if there is F-Sport badging on the vehicle. If there is badging, it's an F-Sport model. If there is no F badging, then it's non-F-Sport. Let's take a look at a Canadian two-wheel drive non-F-Sport, this VIN right here. So what you need to look at is the last six of the serial number, the last six digits. If your vehicle falls under this VIN, it's a 2017 Canadian two-wheel drive non-F Sport, and the last six of your VIN are numerically lower. So let's say it's C02 something something. That means that your vehicle does fall under this service bulletin. If it's numerically higher, then it does not fall under this service bulletin. This section talks about the warranty information. So this OP code is what the Lexus technician is going to record in their system to tell the manufacturer what procedure was performed on the vehicle. The description is the job they're going to do, which is reprogram the ECM, or it's also called the PCM, powertrain control module for the engine. The time that they get paid or bill is 0.4 hours. OFP is the original failed part, and these are the actual ECM part numbers. Now, the ECM does not get replaced as part of this procedure, it just gets updated. And the warranty, this is falling under the emissions warranty because to do with engine control. So it's longer than just the regular bumper to bumper warranty. So in fact, it's covered for 8 years, 96 months, or 80,000 miles, whichever comes first. Now, another thing that's important, it's this time is counted from the vehicle in service date, not from the manufacture date. So let's say the vehicle was built and then it sat in a parking lot for 6 months before it got sold. Well, the warranty clock doesn't start ticking until the day that the customer takes delivery of this vehicle or purchases it. Here's the parts information. This is again the old part numbers for the ECMs and the updated ones. So the updated ECM, if you purchase it from Lexus, would come with that calibration already installed in it. Not really relevant here because it does not get replaced. And you can see this note right here mentions that as well, that the ECM is not getting replaced. Here's the required tools and equipment list. So it talks about various tech stream units, which are different scan tools that the dealership can use to perform this update. And it says only one of them is required. And they say not to use the old TDT diagnostic tester from the 90s because it should not be doing these sort of updates. Another tool that they recommend to use is the GR8 battery diagnostic station, which is essentially a fancy battery charger. If the battery voltage is allowed to drop while the calibration is being performed, it may damage the engine computer. So it's very important to always have a charger or a power supply on the battery to maintain optimal voltage while the procedure is being performed. Now here we have the calibration information list. So again, depending on which model you have specifically, it might have one of these calibrations in it, and that's just the ID. So they numerically increase as Lexus discovers various updates that are needed, or they do different performance improvements. So this is the new one now for this particular model right here. Now, it is possible that you have had some other update done, like there may have been a different service bulletin that addresses some other issue, and maybe your calibration ID is already a new one or even numerically higher than this one. In that case, the dealership will not be able to do anything about this specific concern because the calibration would have been updated already. So the procedure here, this is what the technician will do when the vehicle comes in. First thing, they have to confirm the condition. So unlike a recall where every model that falls under that recall gets the update, in this particular case, it's a service bulletin. So only vehicles that exhibit the condition can have the repair done under warranty. So the technician has to confirm that the vehicle, in fact, exhibits hesitation, right? So if it does, they continue to step two, which is just to check for a sticker under the hood and see if this procedure has already been performed. Sometimes the sticker might be missing, and that's the case where they would hook up the scan tool and look at your current calibration and see if it's the older one or if it's the newer one already. All right, and then if they confirm both things, it exhibits the hesitation and it has not been performed, they will proceed with the update. And that's where they're going to use the fancy battery charger to keep the voltage at 13.5 volts, and they will reflash the ECM with a new calibration software. So after that's done, they're going to put a sticker on the hood to tell the next technician or user that this procedure has been performed. And lastly, of course, they need to confirm that the repair, has been successfully applied to the vehicle. And to do that, they will start the vehicle, warm it up, take it for a drive, and make sure that the hesitation or sluggishness has been resolved. Well, hopefully you found this video helpful, and I will see you on the next episode. Thanks for watching.